Hi, this is Lindsay from My Maine Homestead. Thank you for joining us today and stopping by our channel. We're going to be making homemade butter today. It's very easy. I learned about it from YouTube watching other videos, so I thought I'd share it. And the great thing about it is it doesn't have all the chemicals and things that something you might buy in the store would have. So what you need to start with is some heavy whipping cream, and it should be very cold. And I'm going to use my mixer for this. You can do it in a mason jar. You put the heavy whipping cream in a very large mason jar. You fill it up maybe a quarter of the way or halfway, and you just shake it until the liquid separates from the butter. But that's what we're going to do today, except we're going to do it in a mixer. So I am putting in 1 quart of heavy cream. I'm doing 1 quart because the first time I did it, I used about half as much as this, and I got about 1 jelly-sized jar worth of butter. So I'm using more, so we'll see what will happen. So that's 1 quart of heavy whipping cream, cold, in my mixer. And because I do not know how to edit and splice things together, I'm just going to video the whole thing. So it might be loud, but you'll be able to see from the time it starts as cream all the way to butter. So I'm going to start it on low till it gets a little bit thicker, and then I'm going to change it to high. And then you'll see when it starts to separate, you'll hear the difference. You'll be able to see the difference. And it comes out pale yellow, not really bright yellow. And everyone's liked it. They said it tastes just like butter. So we're going to be using this from now on, since it's not that hard to make. Okay, now I'm going to turn it up. It is splashing a little, so maybe I shouldn't have put so much in it. Now, it's going to turn to whipped cream first. And then after whipped cream, it's going to turn to butter. Oh, I wish I had a thing to go around it so it didn't splatter everywhere. That's okay. It's turning into whipped cream. And it stops splashing so much. Sorry about the noise. Sorry, I don't have a camera person. I'm doing it with my tripod. But hopefully you can see good, see the difference that it's changing into whipped cream. And that's on high. That's the same way you do whipped cream. You would just add some powdered sugar and a little bit of vanilla to that when it came to firm peaks. I'd probably say that's probably a stiff piece right there. Now it has to get through this stage before it turns into butter. Now this kind of butter gets very hard once you put it in the, it starts off soft, but then once you put it in the refrigerator, it gets very solid. So if you're going to use it, like say at dinner time, you probably want to take it out 10 to 15 minutes before you're going to use it, so it's soft enough that you can cut into it to spread it on whatever you're going to put it on. It's still whipped cream, but you can see it's changing. It's starting to. It's like deflating. Now this isn't something you probably want to start and then walk away from. Because once it separates, the liquid is going to probably splatter everywhere, so you want to keep an eye on it. I think I'm going to stop this just for a second and scrape down the edges. See, it's still pretty much like whipped cream, but it's very thick, so I think we're right on the verge of it turning to butter. So what I've learned is that when it's ready and it's all separated, we're going to rinse the whey off of the butter, because if you let that sit, it can make it go rancid. It's getting closer and closer. I think it's taking longer because I used more heavy cream. Maybe if I did it in half, that would have been quicker, but I think it is just about there because it's starting to pull away from the bowl a little bit. I think I will stop it and push down the edges again. You can see it's kind of got a different consistency. It's starting to turn a little bit yellow. And it doesn't turn like really yellow. It's like a pale yellow. So I think we're almost there. It's starting to have the different consistency. So I'm going to turn that back on. Now it's starting to change. I can see splatters of liquid, so it's changing over. Okay, see, it's changed. The water is splashing away. I'm going to turn it down and lift it up. See the liquid coming off? So what we're going to do is get this all out of the whisk. And take this off. See the liquid, how it's separated? Okay, so we're going to get that all in there. Oh, this tastes so good. You're going to love this. Okay, then I'm going to grab a strainer. And you want to rinse this with really cold water. So I'm going to bring you over here. Hopefully you can see. Sorry, I don't have a cameraman. It's just me and my tripod. Okay, I think you'll be able to see. Okay, so I'm going to take this butter. Can you see how it's separated, the liquid from the butter? You can save it, and that would be uncultured buttermilk. You can save it or you don't have to save it. I don't really use it, so I'll put this all in the strainer here. Scrape all of this out. Then I'm going to try to squeeze what I can get out of here. Can you see it separating? I should have done it in a bowl, that way you could see all the way, or buttermilk, or whatever you'd like to call it. Okay, so I'm trying to press that all out, and then I'm gonna rinse it in cool water. I'm gonna let that turn on and run for a minute. So it's cold. Just want to make sure all that whey and everything comes out of that. This is really cold water. You could use ice water. Okay, so now I'm going to bring you back over here. Put the bowl back on. Put this butter back in the bowl. I'm still squeezing it. I've kind of put it in my hand into a ball and trying to squeeze the water out of it. Okay. Can you see I have a ball of butter here that I've rinsed off. And you want to rinse it until it's clear water running off, not any cloudy. I'm just going to rinse it a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to put it back in my bowl. I'm going to put my whisk back on. I'm going to put that down in there. And I'm going to start whipping it again. If it will do it. Turn it up a little bit here. Kind of stuck in the whisk, but I think it will eventually come out. I just gotta wash my hands and watch for flying butter. My hands are all greasy right now. I'm sorry, I don't know how to edit and splice, so I have to bring you right through the process and show you everything, the nitty and the gritty.